Okay, welcome back to the UFC arena and let's talk about Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor's mindset. Now, this was interesting to me, watching all the lead up and the build up, the interviews that they've been doing, watching the embedded videos, watching the press conference, and just looking at their behavior and their mindset. A few things stood out to me, so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Now, I am not a psychologist, nor do I claim to be one, but the mentality and attitude of these two seem to be polar opposites, right? McGregor is beaming with confidence, as he always is though. But this time it's just 100% believable. Like, if you listen to Conor talk for long enough, he could make you believe every single word that he's saying, just because he radiates that confidence and that belief in himself and in his preparation. Dustin Poirier, on the other hand, from what I've been seeing, he seems visibly nervous. And I've been watching a lot of his interviews. He seems so uncomfortable, and the confidence seems to be at an all time low, honestly. He would say things like, yeah, I could beat him, and yeah, I can submit him. I could win a decision. I could knock him out too. And it just comes across like he's trying to convince himself more than he's trying to convince us. Like, he's trying to tell himself and pump himself up, like, yeah, I could do this. Yeah, you know what, I'm a fighter too, I could do this. That's how it comes across. And nothing but respect to Dustin, he's a phenomenal fighter, but that is how it comes across. All that being said, I don't like to read too much into the fight build up, because there's no way of knowing what's actually going on in a fighter's head, and all that really matters is how they perform on fight night. Dustin could seem nervous now. That's actually natural for a lot of fighters, right? You hear Donald Cerrone talking about being nervous, throwing up in the back. You heard Darren Till talking about he didn't even want to come out to fight against Gastelum. He was trying to think of an excuse so he could stay in the back and not fight. You hear Whitaker talking about the pressure of fighting in Australia and the nerves that go along with that. So fighters get nervous, that's normal. But Dustin Poirier in this situation, especially with everything that comes with a Conor McGregor fight, the attention, the media, and Conor himself being very intimidating and imposing, especially when you already lost to this guy by first round knockout. And when you look at Conor, if Dustin has seen any of Conor's interviews and seen anything that Conor has been saying, and trust me, he will at least hear about it, just watching this next man be so confident and have zero doubt that he's going to knock you out, have zero doubt that you stand no chance against him, and you know that you lost to him already, I feel like that definitely has to play on your mental a little bit. That has to play with your mind a bit. And I think that is definitely affecting Dustin a little. I would say though, one of the encouraging things I saw in Dustin's interview is that he is honest about his last fight with McGregor. He's been honest and open about the loss, open that he was too invested, that he was too emotional, open that McGregor got into his head, and open that he was just flat out beaten. He has no delusions as to what took place, which is a really good sign, because that is the first step in improving upon your performance, learning from your mistakes, and that's the first step in him potentially having a different outcome the second time that they fight here. A lot of fighters don't do that, so hats off to Dustin. Now, leaning more onto the Conor side, Conor in many ways is a changed man. If you've been watching Conor for a long time, there's a big difference in his attitude and his personality. It clearly shows in his demeanor, and the way he interacts with others now is just so different. And we saw this change starting in the Donald Cerrone fight, where he was so friendly and he was so buddy with Cowboy. I mean, it didn't stop him from knocking him out in 40 seconds, but he was just a happy Conor. And since that fight, it hasn't changed. He still remained that way. But if you've been following Conor McGregor's career since 2013, 2014, when he just got into the UFC, you would definitely recognize this guy. And what I mean by that is that same drive, that same hunger and passion for the sport that he had back then when he ran through the entire featherweight division, when he dismantled Eddie Alvarez in 2 rounds and became the double champ. That fire is definitely with him now, and it is as clear as day. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what makes Conor McGregor that much scarier and significantly more dangerous this time around. If you go to any video featuring McGregor, you would see in the comments, motivated McGregor is this, motivated McGregor is that. And you're not seeing that in the comments for no reason. You're seeing that because fans know that this version of Conor McGregor is a bad man. So really looking forward to the fight. Anything can happen. Dustin still has a chance to win. I think Conor will win, but this is going to be a good fight regardless. We're going to see something special. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching my channel. I appreciate any support. Please give me a like if you enjoy the content. Please ring the notification bell and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next one.